All right, well, good morning. Thank you for joining us this morning. I know some of you drove quite a distance to be here, coming up from San Antonio or Corpus, and I know some of you flew quite a ways to be here too. I see some friends from Florida and the other side of the country and from Northern California, so thank you for making the travel arrangements to be here and for sharing your Saturday morning with us. Well, we have a great program for you, so I'd like to run you through the itinerary of today's events. Our first speaker is going to be Arnold, and he's going to talk about the positive trends in the economy, and then he's going to talk about the areas of concern. He's going to talk about investment opportunities and how we invest in an environment like we have today, and where are we in the market today. And his talk is going to go for an hour and 15 minutes. After Arnold's talk, we're going to have a 15-minute break. It'll be our only break between the speakers, so take advantage of that time. Stand up, stretch, another cup of coffee. We'll also have some more refreshments for you out here. And then when we come back, we're going to bring up Senior Portfolio Manager Steve Shipman. Steve's going to talk about the difference between risk and volatility. It's a question we get with the market environment. We see volatility whether in the market or in the portfolio, and so we want to take this opportunity to share with you how we view risk and volatility within the Century investment process. Steve's section is going to take 20 minutes. And then without a break, we're going to bring up our co-chief investment officer, Jim Brilliant. And Jim's going to talk to you about the value gap, that is the difference between price and value. And then he's going to just talk briefly about our valuation process. But he's going to spend most of his time talking about how we try to recognize structural shifts within industries and throughout our economy. And then he's going to give you 3 investment themes that are taking advantage of these structural shifts, and then drill down further still and let you know the companies in our portfolio today that are in these 3 investment themes. And Jim's section is going to take 40 minutes. So now it's time to get on with our program, and we're going to bring up our first speaker, Arnold. Many of you know, Arnold was licensed in the securities business back in 1968, so this is his 45th year in the investment business. And as an acknowledgement to his investment success, Arnold was recently featured in a new book that came out this summer titled The World's 99 Greatest Investors. And in this book, he shares the pages with some of the household names like Warren Buffett or T. Rowe Price, Peter Lynch, John Templeton. So we're all very proud of him for his accomplishments over the past 4 decades to be included in such a great book. Now, as a side note, and I believe it's an important one, and I know that Arnold would want me to mention this as well, and that is that he started in the business 45 years ago, but started Century Management 39 years ago. And our co-chief investment officer, Jim Brilliant, has been with Arnold and by his side for the past 27 years, and Jim has also made great contributions to our long-term track record. So I just want to acknowledge Jim and what he has brought to the table and his contributions to this performance as well. Now, we gave this presentation last week in Houston, 2 weeks ago in Pasadena, California, and we've been working on this for the past 8 weeks, made recent updates now that the September 30 numbers came out on a number of slides. So I know he's very excited to share his thoughts with you this morning. So if you'll all please join me in welcoming my father, Arnold.
Thank all of you for coming here for the 2013 Century Management Client Review. Before I get started, I want to acknowledge our company and our employees who have worked unbelievably hard to get this program going. I don't want to take the time to mention everybody, but I wanted to thank everybody at Century Management. They're all here today and given us tremendous support. This kind of effort takes a lot of dedication on many people who never really get recognized, so I wanted to thank them for it. Also, my wife has not been able to attend these past seminars because of an illness, but I'm proud and happy to see her in the front row this morning, so I want to thank her. As Scott said, the first thing we're going to talk about is the positive trends in this country. And the reason we're going to talk about that is because when you read the newspaper and you hear things on the news, you would think that there's not anything good going on in this country. And there is tremendous, tremendous accomplishments that are going on every day, and it never ceases to amaze me that these are not out in the front pages. So we want to be sure to make you understand some of these positive trends. On the second part, I'm also talking about the areas of concern. And there are many areas of concern, and we're going to talk about them in detail. So I want to give you a balanced approach so you really understand what the positives are, what the negatives are, and how we intend to work through these. There are so many technological breakthroughs that are happening today and are coming in the next 5 to 10 years that it truly looks like there's going to be another industrial revolution. But the three areas we're going to talk about is the low-cost energy fueled by the breakthrough in natural gas fracturing, the manufacture renaissance that is inspired by low-cost energy and technology, and this is just an amazing area. And then we have a very important real estate recovery going, and that's a very important part because that's 22 to 24% of the economy.